So our very wise President Tinubu has asked the media not to be megaphones for terrorists. According to our Presido, the media should give bandits and terrorists silent treatment. If we keep malice with these bandits, they'll probably stop doing what they are doing. So probably that is President Tinubu's media strategy for ending insecurity in Nigeria. So Nigerians, moving forward, if we are to follow the instructions given by our president, if bandits abduct school children, we should shh, no louder, just give them silent treatment. If terrorists ambush and slay our brave soldiers on the battlefield, shh, no louder, just give them silent treatment. And perhaps if we ignore them long enough, they will change their minds and stop. So thank you, President Tinubu, the master strategist, for this media strategy that you shared with us. But I want to remind you, sir, that in 2014, during President Jonathan's regime, this is what you posted on your Twitter account, currently known as X. The slaughtering of Christian worshippers is strongly condemnable. It calls to question the competence of Jonathan to protect Nigerians. So, Mr. President, when you mentioned in 2014 that Christian worshippers were being slaughtered, were you also acting as a megaphone for the terrorists that were responsible for those atrocities? Why didn't you give the terrorists silent treatment then? Again, in November 2014, you made this statement in Ilorin: "They are lying about the security, towing about the security of this country. I don't have time to explain the logic of their lies, but if you control the armed forces and you are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic, why should any part of this country be under occupation? And you give us excuses every day. In any civilized country, Jonathan should have resigned. But if he will not resign, he should wait for our broom. We will sweep him away." So, Mr. President, I want to repeat those words that you said to Jonathan back to you. President Tinubu, if you control the armed forces and you are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic, why should any part of this country be under occupation? Or why should any part of this country be subjected to repeated attacks from terrorists? And you give us excuses every day. In any civilized country, you, President Tinubu, should have resigned. But if you will not resign, you should wait for our thumbs. During the 2027 presidential elections, we will push you out of office. As it is said in the Bible, Pharaoh, let my people go. Cheers.